Jim knows that on some of the earlier renditions of Jim Cooks, he's done such intense cooking as making some ramen noodles, popping some popcorn, and making Chex Mix. Today Jim's going to step it up a little bit. He hopes you get excited about him frying an egg, maybe two. It's a little bit more intensive cooking than Jim normally does for you. Hope you like it. Jim is choosing 2 grade A large eggs to cook. I chose those because they were what was in the box I picked up at the store. No specific reason for choosing them, just they happen to be what the store was selling. It's not an endorsement of large grade A eggs or anything. Again, like I said, just happened to be what the store was selling. Jim probably fries his eggs a little bit slower than some people do. I set my oven, which is an electric, which in Jim's opinion is not the best ideal for cooking. An induction would be a little bit better, instantly hot, instantly ready to go, if I understand induction ovens read correctly. But this basic electric takes a little while to warm up. Jim sort of forgot to start it warming up a little early. Jim doesn't use grease or Crisco or bacon fat or anything. Jim was rather fond of Kerrygold butter. I think I've shared that with you before. This particular Kerrygold is unsalted. Jim prefers unsalted butter. Gives me an opportunity to choose the salt level in my food, because to be honest, I don't know how much salt different brands put in their butter. Jim will also be honest, as a heart patient and someone with hypertension, he doesn't salt his food nearly as much as cooking shows and chefs say you should. I watch them add salt to their recipes, then add more salt to their recipe, then taste the recipe and say, well, that's not enough salt, and add even more salt. Jim's a fan of food, not salt. Which brings up one thing. What kind of salsas or seasonings or preparations do you put on your steaks? Jim likes beef. That's why he buys steaks, because he likes beef. Jim's steaks are usually just that. Piece of beef. He'll cook it. He'll eat it. I see people put all kinds of salsas on their steak. Even pork chops and such as that. Even fish. I will admit, sometimes I'll put maybe some butter, lemon and pepper on top of a piece of fish. I occasionally will put maybe some garlic butter on top of a piece of steak. But for the most part, Jim just enjoys eating the piece of meat the way he cooked it. No need to get really excited about adding other things to it. Jim's going to show you a little thing he does. I do buy the eggs at the store, and I know they're candled and usually pretty good. But one thing Jim does like to do is take the egg. First of all, I want you to crack the egg on a flat surface. If you use the sharp edge of the pan, you're driving the shell up into the egg, and you're going to create some shards that are going to be in your egg. So take a flat surface, wrap the egg on it, pull it apart, and put your egg in a container. Now we're going to do this one at a time, and then we're going to take that egg and place it in a skillet. There's a reason for this. In case one of these eggs was bad, I see no need in ruining the whole dish, no matter what you're making, whether it's a fried egg, cake, or any other item that requires eggs. By cracking eggs into a mixing bowl or into a skillet, and one bad egg running all the other eggs. You don't have to do it like that, but it's just the way Jim prefers to do it. He thinks it's a good idea. It may not be a good idea, but it's what Jim does, and he just thought he'd share. Jim doesn't call himself a great chef or anything. Jim usually doesn't call himself very much of anything other than Jim. Some of you have asked. Yes, Jim does refer to himself in the third person as much as he can. Sometimes I forget and drop out of character, use the word I, but for the most part, Jim's videos are made by Jim. Another thing Jim likes to use is fine china. Actually, today Jim's using a paper plate. Jim's not real fond of paper plates because you wind up throwing them away. I don't mind using a regular plate because I can wash it. Doesn't use that much water to wash it. And I think it's more conservative to wash a plate and a utensil than to use plastics and throw them away. Again, just Jim's opinion. I'm not trying to sway you or anything, but just giving you his thoughts on things. Jim does like to clean up as he goes, so off camera, he's rinsing out, washing out the egg bowl, washing his knife that he cut the Kerrygold butter with. While I'm on the subject of knives, don't ever put your knife in your dish washing machine. All the rattling and water beating and everything, it's gonna do anything other than damage your knife. You can dull your knife. It's not that hard. Just take some soapy water and a wash rag and simply wash off your knife. It's not that big a deal. It takes you all of, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds, maybe 30 seconds if you get like carried away. If you have ADHD or, you know, something like that, maybe it takes you 40 minutes. So when our egg gets pretty much where the whites are set on top, it's ready to flip. Jim usually tries to flip them all as one piece. That flipped pretty good. Jim realized it's not as browned on the bottom as some people like, but that's the way Jim prefers them, is the way this is. Jim has seen some people that fry their eggs to where they have a crispy edge to them. Jim has seen people fry their eggs where they put a lid on the pan and several things like that. I know eggs are incredible. You can fry them over easy. You can fry them sunny side up. You can fry them hard. I think if you're making a sandwich out of them, fried hard is probably the best way to go. Jim just sort of likes a soft egg most of the time. Sometimes he does not get the egg out of the pan soon enough, and it winds up being fried a little bit more than he likes. One thing about the electric stove, I can turn it off now, and it takes it a while to cool off, so it will continue cooking even though I've got it turned off. Let that second side set, and then we'll take it out here. Another thing Jim does on the electric stove is he keeps a small 2-quart pan of water on the electric stove, and what he uses it for, even though this burner is off, like I said, it's still hot, so I will move that pan of water up to that burner so that if anyone should pass by and touch it, hopefully they will not burn themselves. So let's see here. What I usually see on all these cooking shows is people show you the finished product, and so there we are, the finished product. The rattling you hear is Jim getting out a utensil, which he probably should have done ahead of time. And now we'll mash into this egg. Like I said, a little bit more done than Jim probably would have wanted. He got distracted talking to you guys. Jim likes a little bit of a runny yolk. This yolk's a little bit harder than I like. Now the other part of what Jim sees people do is show themselves taking a bite and telling you how good their cooking is. Jim is not going to force you to watch him put food in his mouth and chew it, but he will go ahead and take a bite. Yum, yum. That is such a delicious egg. Incredibly, incredibly good. A little bit of butter flavor to it. A little bit of run to the yolk. And good texture, in Jim's opinion. So again, Jim, appreciate you guys stopping by, watching him cook. Jim hopes maybe you'll drop by some more and watch some other videos of either Jim talking, Jim watching it rain, Jim throwing peanuts to the squirrels. All those things Jim does. Again, appreciate you guys coming by. Appreciate those of you who have subscribed. We've went from about 176 to 202 or 203 subscribers in about a week. So I'm glad lots of new people are finding Jim's page. Glad they're excited enough about it to subscribe. If you like this video of Jim cooking, click that thumbs up like button down there. Let you know Jim should post more cooking videos because you like them. And, you know, share this video, comment, all those things that boost engagement. And Jim will try to drop by your pages when he notices that you've subscribed and boost your engagement. Hopefully we can build a little community here. You guys have a good rest of your day, night, morning, whatever it happens to be where you are at. Jim, appreciate you being here.